Hi folks, it's David Smith, Correctional Officer Lifestyle, coming to you today with another video on one team. We are one team. Today's part of the team, mental health. If you don't think mental health plays a role in a prison system, I'm just going to come out and say you're wrong. You're pure wrong. There have been numerous studies, none of which I can cite right off the top of my head, but there have been numerous studies that correlate mental health deterioration with confinement. Now, a lot of our inmates are not in confinement. A lot of our inmates are in general population. However, there are several that spend a lot of time in confinement. Some inmates seem to be built for it. Some inmates, within 2 to 3 weeks of being inside a cell 24/7, lose their shit. I don't mean to be that crass about it, but they do. They lose their minds. Which is why our mental health professionals are mandated to go through confinement units very, very often and see these inmates that are in the confinement unit to make sure that their mental health is not deteriorating in such a way that they are becoming a danger to themselves or others. You seem to have a lot of people that use mental health as a manipulation tool, and our psychologists and our psychiatrists are real good at being able to identify those manipulation tactics and deal with them appropriately. I have actually had an inmate declare that he has a psychological emergency 7, 8, 10, 12 times in a shift. So much so that the psychologist refused to come see him because he'd already seen him for the exact same thing he's fussing about now. And what he wanted was to go to the suicide observation cell. That's all he wanted. He wanted to go over there because it's quiet. He wanted to go over there because there's air conditioning. He wanted to go over there because he can be by himself. Nobody's able to talk to him. That's all he wanted, was that solitude. And the psychologist wouldn't give it to him, so he just kept creating a ruckus over and over and over and over and over again, manipulating the system. But our psychologist, like I said, our mental health professional, is one of the best that I've ever seen, and he wouldn't let him do it. He wouldn't let him do it. Was it a pain in the butt for me? Yeah, it was. It was a pain in the rear for me because he just kept on and kept on and kept on and kept on. He was committed to it. He was in it to win it, and still ended up losing. I've already had numerous videos where I say inmates are using suicide as a means of manipulation to get what they want. I can't count how high. I can't count the number high enough to say the amount of inmates that as soon as they hit the holding cell, scream, "I'm homicidal, suicidal. I'm going to kill myself." As soon as they hit the holding cell. And I have the doc come over and talk to them. Find out that they're mad because they're in confinement and they want out of confinement. And if they don't get out of confinement, they're going to kill themselves. That is the essence of manipulation. And the inmates are using it and using mental health to get what they want. So much so that they have a nickname for it. You don't give me what I want, I'm going psych. Okay, go psych. You'll be my problem at the end of the day, and I'm still going to deal with you, but go ahead and play your hand. Do what you got to do. Occasionally the inmate wins. I had an inmate that he created a ruckus because he was on the management meal. I'm not the inmate, I'm not the captain that put him on the management meal. My sergeant wasn't the person that put him on the management meal. It was the captain prior, on the prior shift. But this inmate said, "If you put that management meal in here, I'm going to make you run it." Meaning, I'm going to show my butt and I'm going to make you come down here with some cans of gas and deal with me. Which he did. I was after work 3 to 4 hours dealing with that moron in the paperwork afterwards, because he was being belligerent. When all was said and done, he didn't have anything in his cell but his boxer shorts, because he had used every bit of it as a means of preventing us from doing our jobs. He barricaded himself in the cell, made it so the cell door wouldn't open, just all sorts of nastiness that he was doing. And when I put him back in his cell, he looked at me with these deer in the headlights eyes and said, "Why don't I have my stuff?" "Because you abused it. That's why you don't have your stuff." And I told him, I said, "I'll be back tonight. I'll see you tonight." That's all I said to him was, "I'll see you tonight," right? I come back to work. This inmate's in a SHOS cell. He's in an SHOS cell on suicide watch because he didn't want to live the way that I left him living. He wanted to be able to do what he did and get off scot-free. So he went psych and got what he wanted. Sometimes the inmate wins. That's rare. That's rare. Like I said, my mental health department, they are jam up. They are phenomenal. They do what they do, and they do it to the best of their ability, and I promise you they do stuff that I can't do. They listen to things that I can't listen to. I don't want to listen to. But they do it, and they do it well. I would say that my mental health department is amongst the best in the state, and have no reservation about saying that. Folks, that's all I got for this video. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. You want to see more, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notification when I post new videos, and hit me with some comments. Engage with me. All right? As always, 1-800-799-SAFE, 1-800-799-7233. That's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. If you're the victim or you know the victim of a domestic violence situation, call them people. They can help you. If the violence is ongoing, the number I need you to call is 911. I need you to get some help over there so then people can get out of that situation. All right? That's all I got for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.